This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Saturday night, if I haven't beaten it by then yet, will be more Sekiro, okay? If I have beaten it, then I will probably do something else. What? I'm not sure. I want to do something that's going to be entertaining and fun for you guys before I go on my trip to Connecticut. So maybe it'll be more Blackout. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll do Sekiro if I haven't beaten the game yet. But if I have, then we'll do something else. Okay? Now, by the way, one thing that I do want to say about Sekiro. If I do beat it before my trip to Connecticut, I don't know if I will or not. Some people are saying I'm getting close to the end, and considering I'm playing it today, Thursday, Friday, and possibly Saturday, I may beat it.
I am very strongly considering doing a second run through the game. It's gross. It's for this. It's not because they love what they're doing. It's not because for the love of the game or because they're true gamers. It's for this. And this is what it's become. It's not about putting out a quality review. It's not about putting out a quality playthrough or quality stream. It's about making this. I am not willing to violate my own beliefs and my own values to just become a sellout shill streamer. And I don't want to become Mr. Dollar Bags. I don't want to be the 80% of streamers who has to fucking rely on every little hype game becoming overhyped and overmarketed so that they can make an extra buck.
Reason being, now I understand the game mechanics way better than I did the first time around. And I feel that if I went through the game on New Game Plus to do the other opposite side, because this game has two endings with two separate versions of the ending bosses that are completely different. So I would consider going through the game a second time, okay, to do the opposite side ending. But I'm probably not going to do it right away. And what I mean by that is I'm probably not going to do it immediately after I beat the game. I'll probably do a cooldown, maybe a month where we do other stuff. And then maybe as we get more towards the more deader times during the summer, then maybe do a second run through Sekiro to see the opposite side ending, okay? So I'd be totally okay with that. That's what you guys want.
Anything for this, right? Holy fucking shit. Relax. Some people just can't control themselves.
We have a sub goal. This is the first time we've had a sub goal in 2 months. What is the sub goal? Ladies and gentlemen, if we hit 600 subscribers this month, which we can do, we're starting off at 540. So I'm very confident that not only with the continuation and conclusion of Sekiro, the marathon on Friday, new games like Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone later this month, I'm confident we can hit 600 subs this month, okay? If we hit 600 subs, I'm going to be doing a viewer's choice event. This is the first time I've ever done this. I've always done patron's choice. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm doing viewer's choice. How does viewer's choice work? Well, it's very simple. If we hit 600 subscribers at any time this month, I'm going to allow you, the viewers, to nominate and then vote publicly on games for a full playthrough.
Wow!
Coming up in the next couple of months. And more than likely, it would probably be either late May or June, and reason being, because we need time for people to nominate and vote on the games. Okay? The way it works is everyone will be able to nominate and vote, not just patrons. Okay? So how would this work? More than likely, people will be going to my forums to nominate games, alright? And then I'll have public polls via straw poll where people can vote. It's going to be very simple, alright? I'm just going to do all this work behind the scenes and set these things up for you guys to nominate and then vote. It's going to be fun. Now, I will say this. If you're a patron, if you actually are a patron of mine, I haven't forgotten you guys. In fact, patrons are going to have priority when it comes to nominating and voting on games. Because here's how it's going to work. There's going to be a public nominations thing where I'm sure I'm going to get probably a whole bunch of people coming in and nominating games. But for patrons, exclusively, you're going to have your own nominations thread on my forums. And those games that are nominated and ends up being, say, like the top 1-2 games nominated by patrons will automatically get into the final poll. So you may have at one side the public viewers who are nominating, and there's like, you know, tons of nominations, and finally they narrow it down to like 1 or 2 to hit the final poll. Patrons, typically, whenever I do a patrons event, there's like maybe 15, 20 people who nominate anything. And those are also going to make it to the final poll. So you have a much increased chance to get the game you want to see me play actually be played if you're a patron, okay? So there is some incentive to become a patron, and still a benefit to being a patron, okay? That's right, it's kind of like a nomination privilege where the patrons get priority nomination ability, all right? So, this should be good. So, what we need to do, we need to hit 600 subs this month. If we do, this event will happen, I'll set it up, and as early as late April, because if let's say we hit it by the 3rd week of April, then I'll set all the stuff up to do. We need to hit 600 subs at any point during the month. If we hit it, boom, I'll set it up immediately and we can start going on this, okay? So, it's going to be great. I mean, and it could be any kind of game. Think of all the games that people have nominated over the years. There's been action games, platformers, RPGs, visual novels. I mean, so much shit. I mean, people have been asking me to play games like Danganronpa 3 for the longest time, right? This is the opportunity for people to get those games into a poll and have a public vote on it and see what ends up winning, okay? I'm just trying to think. Knights of the Old Republic. That's a game people have asked for forever, right? You know, there's great, ample opportunity to get in on these games, okay? So that's the goal for this month. The Viewer's Choice event.
Shout outs!
Alright, so we start off with, overnight, we had someone named Purple Penny who took me $2 asking me if I've used a guide in Sekiro, and the answer is no. I've answered this multiple times. No.
That's 100% a lie. I'm good at lying.
And not at all. The only help that I've gotten in Sekiro is directly from the stream chat during the streams, period. If anything, what happens is I get very worked up versus certain boss fights. Like the first Guardian Ape boss fight, I died a bajillion times to it because I was very agitated at the fight. And I'll be very honest, my office has been so hot lately because it's actually warmed up significantly here in Washington State. We've had a lot of sunny, hot days. And this office heats up to about 85 to 90 degrees during the afternoon. And it's way too early for me to put the air conditioner into my window, but I get the feeling when I get back from Connecticut, I'm going to have to. Because at this point, it's getting, like, unbearably hot in here. So, for example, the other day, I died to the Guardian Ape about 20 times. Then I took a 20-minute break. I went in to talk to Kat about the boss and everything, kind of relaxed a little bit. Came back, played incredibly reserved, meaning I just ran away from the boss pretty much nonstop. And I beat it on the first shot after the break. Immediately, idiots. Oh, he's using a guide. He cheated. He looked at the video. No, I didn't. But you can say whatever you want. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the playthrough for you to be an idiot and spam the stream chat saying that I used a guide. I didn't use a guide.
Yep, I'm toxic. My mouth is full of salt.
At all. I haven't looked up a single thing in regards to this game at all. I've just relied on information you guys provide me live in the stream chat. I'll give you an example of this. I saw people talking about this corrupted monk boss, like, days ahead of when I actually ran into him. And people were saying, gee, as long as he doesn't use the divine confetti to destroy the boss, it should be a fun boss. So when I got to the boss, I fought it a few times, and I was like, man, I'm not really doing any damage. I wonder if the divine confetti will do anything. I used it, and basically what happened is you do slightly more damage, and it seems like when it blocks, it also takes damage. Now, I didn't know at the time, but the way to actually beat the corrupted monk is to get it down by about a third of its life bar, and then its poise or... not poise, what's the word in this game? Posture. Its posture bar then starts to stagger and fill up. So really, you're not trying to damage the boss. You're trying to damage it enough so then its posture bar fills up. Then you can start parrying effectively, and you can get that death blow to kill it, all right? Now, I didn't know any of this. The second I said, oh, let's try Divine Confetti, just based off of what someone had said like 2 days ago in stream chat, Phil's using a guide. He's using a guide. No, I'm not.
Fuck you. You're a liar. Chronic liar.
Again, it's all based off of stuff that you guys are telling me live in the streams. So, you know, you can say whatever the hell you want. It doesn't change facts. All right. All right. Moving on. Nox has tipped me $1 and says, "Would you consider playing World of Final Fantasy for summer downtime? It's a love letter to the series and really a solid RPG in its own right. I feel you missed out by skipping it a couple years ago." Nox, honestly, I don't know. Like, it seems like a lot of people these days have wanted me to play RPGs. Like, no lie, in the past couple of weeks since I started playing Super Mario RPG, and since I had finished up playing Final Fantasy IV a couple months ago, people were like, Phil, when are you going to play Final Fantasy VII? Phil, when are you going to play Final Fantasy IX? Phil, you're going to do the Final Fantasy XII remaster? Hey, Phil, you're going to play this RPG? You're going to play that RPG? What was it recently? Phantasy Star. People were asking me for Phantasy Star. And I was like, damn, like, it seems like now I'm getting a lot of demand for RPGs, which is kind of interesting because I really like RPGs, but pretty much every time I play one, you know, viewership goes down. It ends up being a more, like, laid-back, very, you know, like, half my normal audience shows up. But that's okay, as long as people are still supportive during those streams. Perfect example here, Dragon Quest XI. We rarely cracked 250 viewers during those streams, but people came out and were very supportive during those streams. It didn't matter. I didn't care. I was able to do a long-form playthrough of the game and do all the post-game content. It was incredibly fun and one of my favorite games of 2018. Okay? So, I'm open to trying out these RPGs everyone's suggesting as long as we can actually have supportive streams and it's not like, oh, no one shows up and no support and now I'm supposed to somehow make ends meet when no one's doing anything for these RPGs, okay? In particular, to address your request for World of Final Fantasy, honestly, I don't know that much about it. I didn't even hear any demand for it when it came out. I didn't even really know it existed. Honestly, I think I'd be more, what's the word? More amenable to playing an older school RPG that people have always asked me for. Like, I'm thinking, if I'm going to do a throwback RPG this summer, more than likely it's either going to be Final Fantasy 7 or 9.
This is my job, and it is about making money.
Yoshino Lover Charity says, would you go back and play Neo again? Only thing I can think of for you to play it. Probably not. Like, when I played Neo, I did well. That was a fun playthrough, and I ended up doing so well. I was parrying bosses and beating... There's one boss that never even hit me, you know? For me, it's like, do you want to do a redemption run? Not really. There's nothing to redeem. That was a fun playthrough that I feel was a good one, and I honestly don't feel like going back to it. So, probably not. Omnipotent Mr. Dr. Profusi cheered. He says, have you considered making a series about Final Fantasy VII, how it is overrated, and have a character that likes Justin Bieber take away your powers? Nah, I've never had any idea like that.
You know, I'm not a very original guy. I'm not a very creative guy, as you guys know. I pretty much just sit here and I repeat memes that you've heard a million times, and I do things for brainless sheep. And that's pretty much all I do. Oh, and I also only make things that follow YouTube trends. Like, I do drama news shows following overdramatic gossip stories and stuff. That's all I really do. I don't actually attempt to make creative series or anything like that. So I don't think anything like that would ever happen, you know. Okay then. Insane amount of disgusting toxicity. Oh, Phil actually is a really toxic person, so we're just gonna keep saying, why am I toxic? Because it's a meme. Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic. And then you people, Phil's a toxic streamer. No, you tried to make me look like that.
Let me get my headphones on here. We'll actually play some sekiro. Sekiro, hoi. Yeah, I like to play sekiro, hoi. What the hell? What was that?
I'm playing a woodwind instrument. I'm Japanese. Today, if you watch my streams, you'll rarely, very rarely, will you ever see me making crude sexual jokes. Very rarely will you hear me referencing like racial humor, unless it's something that's me. Like, I'll reference myself, or Italians or something. I'm Italian, so if I'm going to reference something or anything, I'll reference myself. But you're very rarely going to see that kind of stuff anymore because people get so sensitive about it, right? But just because I did it 10 years ago doesn't mean that it's bad now. You see what I mean? Oh, isn't that the guy who whacked off on stream? Isn't that the guy who scams his patrons? And isn't that the guy who's a pedophile? And isn't that the guy who's a racist? And isn't that the guy from This Is How You Don't Play? And isn't that the guy? Well, let's see. So basically, if you're a racist, bigoted asshole who constantly says insulting things on the stream to get a rise, oh no, you can't make a living on Twitch anymore. Oh, shucks.
A small child wants to play Sekiro. I like to play Sekiro, hoi. Yeah. I press the parry button 4 million times. What is happening? Okay. It was racist. Why was it racist? What are you talking about? How is it when I did racist? I was trying to impersonate a small child. That's racist. Because children are apparently a race, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Can I please tell the chat swagginz isn't banned? Swagginz is not banned. Swagginz is probably currently angry because I don't love Sekiro and I criticize it constantly. And he was literally telling me on stream the other day that the game has no flaws, to which I told him, you are wrong. There's definitely flaws. I've recorded them and broadcast them. And he got really angry about that because he's such a fan of the games and fan of From Software stuff. And I think that he's purposely staying away, at least from the Sekiro streams, temporarily, because he's so angry that I would call him out on a stream like that, even though it was just being honest. Oh well. So that is it. Thank you guys. You know, a few other people cheered. One of them was a troll, and I don't know if he got banned or not, because he insulted me twice, so hopefully he did get banned. No, he didn't. Are you kidding me? Swagginz, you're in the chat, and you didn't see the person who insulted my girlfriend, and then twice. Give me a headache, man. Oh my god. You have now, Swagginz, basically become me. It's Tevin's fault. Tevin has view bots. Tevin has always had view bots. Tevin will always use view bots. He has artificial views on YouTube. He has artificial views on his streams. He always has had view bots ever since he started. In fact, it was funny because it was like 2 years ago I said that, and then someone went and said, yeah, you know, he actually used to like be involved with some kind of a business where he would charge for views and shit. He's always had that, because idiots are coming in here, did you know Tevin has 3,000 viewers? Dude, he's restreaming me playing fucking Dragon Quest. He's not gonna get 3,000 legit viewers. It's view bots, and people are fucking idiots to believe that shit. You are so fucking dumb and gullible, I swear to God. People are so dumb. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.